Panchatantra Stories. A humble request to all the parents. Please buy paper books or borrow them from a library. Reading a book by turning the pages back and forth is fun. Please, for the sake of our children's eyes. Highlighted words are special words. Learn their meaning and say loudly. The Panchatantra collection of short stories was written in Sanskrit by Indian scholar and author Vishnu Sharma. Panchatantra stories are one of the most widely translated books in the history and are known for their wisdom on practical life. The stories themselves are delightfully narrated, and animals and birds often being the central characters. Thus, they provide valuable life lessons in a light-hearted manner. While some of the stories may not be appropriate for children in this age group, most of them appeal to early stage learners due to the colorful characters. The tiger, the Brahmin, and the jackal. Once a Brahmin was passing through a forest when he came across a tiger caught in a trap. "Oh, pious Brahmin, please let me out of this cage," called the tiger to the Brahmin. "Oh no, my friend," replied the Brahmin. "If I did so, you would kill me and eat me." The tiger swore to not kill him and promised he would be the Brahmin's slave for his entire life. Listening to the tiger plead, the Brahmin's heart softened and he released the tiger from the trap. The tiger immediately pounced on the man and cried, "What a fool you are! What is to prevent my eating you now?" The Brahmin pleaded for his life. The tiger granted that he would abide by the decision of the first three things the Brahmin chose to question as to the justice of the tiger's action. The Brahmin first asked a tree, "I give shelter to all who pass by, yet humans tear down my brothers for firewood. You are a fool to expect gratitude," replied the tree. Disappointed, the Brahmin turned to a buffalo. "I give humans milk, and all they feed me is dry grass. Now that I have run dry, they tie me to a yoke and make me work from morning to night. You are a fool to expect gratitude," replied the buffalo. Finally, the tiger and the Brahmin saw a jackal passing by and told him the entire story. "How very confusing," replied the jackal, shaking his head. "You were in the cage, and the tiger came walking by. Your story does not not make any sense. Could you please tell me again? So the Brahmin told it all over again. But the jackal shook his head in a distracted sort of way. I don't understand. The cage was in the tiger, and you came walking by. What a fool you are, the tiger exclaimed. I was in the cage, and the Brahmin came walking by. Of course, my dear tiger, replied the jackal. I was in the cage and you came walking by. But how is it that possible? The tiger was now getting impatient, as he was very hungry. He jumped into the cage and said, Look, I was in the cage like this, and the Brahmin came walking by. Now do you understand? Perfectly, grinned the jackal as he cunningly shut the door. Moral of the story: any judgment should always be given after due thought. This is the end of this short story. See you soon with another story.